That's all right. I think we'll be okay. So what I want to share with you first, this isn't necessarily a quiz, but let's say, so when you set up drawings or sketches, the first thing that you want to do is you want to consider, okay, well, from which vantage point do I want to show this object? It'll be very specific on the drawing that we do today, but in general, you want to know what it is that you want to show more of. Do I want to show more of the left side of this object? Do I want to show more of the right side of this object? And that's where thinking about where this object is relative to the horizon line and relative to the horizon line. Is it closer to the left vanishing point or the right vanishing point? And which side do I see more of? So I'm going to kind of give you a quick little quiz. So I'm going to draw... this is as if I'm starting a drawing. So here's just a vertical leading edge. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a line going to a right vanishing point that is off my page. And I'm going to set up another line that's converging with that one. Now remember, let me just reinforce a couple of things that we talked about on Monday. This is my ideal angle to draw that line. So a lot of people are struggling with the lines. If you haven't found that ideal angle, play around with what it is. Some people do have a better job drawing straight in this direction. That's not me. But watch me go from drawing this line to up here. One way to establish convergence, again, my goal is just to repeat this exact motion. My hand should be in the same place on that screen in just a moment, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to move my page slightly and rotate it a little bit. That rotation gives me some convergence, right? Just that simple act of rotating. So right now I've established where my right vanishing point is, right? With these three lines, I've also established where the horizon line is. The question is, have I established where this is relative to the horizon line? No. That's the correct answer. Because I could either, in thinking about the first rule, if I think about this angle, I could either repeat that angle, like so, and that means that what? I'm right on the horizon line. Or if that angle is different, like that, that means what? I've shifted in which direction? To the left or to the right? I've shifted, yeah, this object has now shifted to the right of the horizon line because this angle is steeper than this angle. Excuse me, to the left of the horizon line. Thank you. It's shifted over this way. Does everybody see that? The reason why is that if I've established my horizon line, which is way up here somewhere, where these meet, and then I've made this angle steeper, it means that this is going to hit that horizon line quicker, and so I've shifted it over to the left. And so one of the challenges that you guys ran into, and I'll show you this with a couple of ways, is, okay, well, I've drawn the spine of my book and I have it converging. How quickly and at what angle should these be converging? Well, I'm going to scribble that out. We're going to use this. So I've shifted my object lower, in fact, relative to the horizon line and to the left. But how do I establish, the second rule is the rate of convergence. This is going to converge somewhat slowly, but this should begin to converge quicker, right? But how quick? And so here's the one simple little rule. If we were doing a technical drawing, I'd use my T-square and draw an exact horizontal line. And then where it meets this first point, I could draw an exact vertical line up to meet that second one. Then I could draw another exact horizontal line over this way. And from here, and then lastly, draw another vertical line coming up to create a rectangle. So I have a pure rectangle on my picture plane. It's not vanishing, it's not converging, it's just a pure rectangle. And what happens is that this point right here establishes the rate of convergence for the left side.
That's a great tip right there.
So with your books, and I'm sorry I didn't show you this actually on Monday, but this is one way to do it. Let's see if that holds true if I just change where my rectangle is. It doesn't really matter where the rectangle is. Those should all meet on those. Now, the reason why I didn't show you this is it's rare that I use this tool. I use the other tool which says, you know what, the rate of convergence, or I use my rules, the rate of convergence going this way should be quicker because it's got to get to that vanishing point quicker than the rate of convergence on the right side of this object. Are there any questions? Oh, and then one other thing on like just setting up convergence. So let's say I've got these four, let's ignore those rectangles for just a second, but I've got these four lines and I feel pretty confident in it. One of the tricks that you can do, and in fact setting up a perspective with maybe a box that's the full extent of what you're going to draw can be easy, or it can help you out, because if I want to find the rate of, or I want to find this vanishing line right here, what I can do is estimate halfway there, and I can estimate halfway there, and that should give me a good convergence going in that direction. And then I could do it again, halfway and halfway. And in fact, what some people will do before they even start drawing their object is they'll set up somewhat of a perspective grid. So they'll just go ahead and put in some construction lines that will help them as they move forward. But that's just a very simple kind of explanation for some of the things that we would need to do.